I know I'm still wearing the hat. Whatever, leave me alone. Yeah. Ooh, it's like got that smoky feel today. God, I look nice today. Wow, alright. Good morning, everybody. Did I see Herbie running around there? Good morning, D. Anderson. Good morning, exception to the rule. I like it when I get to say good morning to you, my friend. Good morning to Nerd Nature. Hey, nerd, saw that thing, blue horse. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Blue. Good morning, Herbie, with the blue wrench. We're just gonna. It takes a while for people to show up, so we're just gonna scat our way through. Good morning. Was that BP? Oh, Matt. Ah, it was Matt. Okay, good morning, Matt. Good morning, Catzilla. Catzilla. You're still one of my favorites, my friend. I got favorites, okay? I got favorites. No, I don't have favorites. I got people I'm used to. How about that? I got people I'm used to. Good morning, Woody. Good morning, Bill D. Good morning, Laura Devine. She says, good morning, everyone. Good morning to Laura Devine. Derek Anderson says, good morning to Herbie. Everybody, good morning to Herbie. Thank you, Herbie, for showing up, being our blue wrench. Making sure everybody shows a little bit of a modicum of respect. A modicum. Let's look up the word modicum real quick and see just how much respect we would like to show each other today. For those of you that are following along with the Titanic shelf, what used to be the Titanic shelf, yes, that is an owlery. We'll take a closer look. We'll take a closer look in a minute. A modicum. A smidge, someone says. Modicum. A small quantity of a particular thing. Good morning, CCS. Modicum. A small quantity of a particular thing, especially something considered desirable or valuable. Maybe modicum doesn't fit. I don't know if like how valuable is respect. You know what I mean? Like, what am I gonna? I'm gonna turn the thing off in an hour and I'm gonna forget that anybody said anything to me for another week. You know? I'm kidding. I'm just it's you know, these are jokes. Modicum, small modicum. Good morning to JC. Good morning SSW. If I haven't said good morning to you, say good morning to me and I'll say good morning back. Good morning to Waz. Good morning. 52.8 Waz, am I alright? Am I any usually Waz is like, he's my back caver. Bill says, I have it, never used it. A little modicum of respect. Makarov, we don't do politics. Who does politics? We're all a bunch of goofballs. How political are we really going to be here? All anybody ever really does is parrot anything. I don't know anybody that's on this channel right now that has a book. If you've written a book, if you've written over 200 pages consecutively about a subject that rhymes with politics, then maybe we can listen to what you have to say. No one here has ever written a book. I don't care that I watch politics every day. You're an idiot. I'm an idiot. Everybody's an idiot, and yet we still get to vote. It's crazy, isn't it? That's why we don't do politics, because nobody knows anything. I don't know anything. You don't know anything. I'm smart, and I can logically and rationally put things together if I want to. I can see what 1 + 1 equals, but in our reality, 2 is a little less valuable than 3. So if we can make 1 + 1 = 3, we're going to figure out how to do that. That's politics. If I can convince you that 3 is more important than 2, then 1 plus 1 equals 3. That's politics. That's how stupid it all is. If I can convince you that 1 plus 1 equals 3, it's a little more valuable than 2. So, that's why we don't do politics around here. We don't do games with numbers, and we don't do games with logic. Alright, we just let logic do what it does, and, numbers, we just leave numbers to the websites. Speaking of websites, the DetroitMushLab.net. Visit there, play with some numbers, and everything else. Good morning, James. Woody, the algorithms get people going. Yeah, maybe. They get people popping in. Hey, what's going on here? I don't know. We're just a bunch of goofballs. Morning, Jesus Christ. So we got a Jesus Christ and a JC. Good morning, Kobe. Kobe Bryant. I ain't saying the real name. You know that. Kobe Bryant. What's your job, Kobe? I don't have a job. I'm here for an hour. This is my job, for an hour, to be here, talk to you guys. Good morning, everybody. How has been your... Is everybody alive for this past, heat wave? Holy bonkers. Holy bonkers. This past heat wave was wicked. Derek Anderson says, hit the like button. You can if you'd like to. Don't ask any unrelated questions. Herbie, you actually don't have a job. How do you make money, bro? Kobe, those are good questions, aren't they? Are you an accountant? What are you? Here's what we can do. We'll just do that. Boom. Going back some... Okay. So I was thinking this morning I was going to break the radio. We haven't broken the radio for a minute. And I wanted to break the... I was going to do some UB40 songs. Wise men say... Right? That's actually an Elvis Presley song. And I didn't know. Who does anybody know, without looking it up, does anybody know where I Can't Help Falling in Love with You? Do you know what movie that came from? What Elvis movie did that come from? What Elvis movie did I Can't Help Falling in Love with You? CCS, almost. Elvis, RX1. Alright. It's Jailhouse Rock. No. CCS Blue Lagoon was, I think that was, I think that was Blue Hawaii. There you go. Blue Lagoon was, holy crap, Blue Lagoon. Thank you, Herbie, by the way. We got it figured out. I got her taken care of. I don't care. I'll push buttons. That's with me. That's me on a Monday. So that's what I'll do. Blue Lagoon had it was like the brothers, right? Wasn't it? It was the Brooke Shields. Thank you. It had Brooke Shields in it. Who said Brooke Shields? Woody. Everybody else is saying Brooke Shields before I could even look it up. Thank you. Had Brooke Shields in it, like the world's... What a weird movie that one was, huh? Who all watched that and was like, yeah, I know where this is going. No, you don't. You didn't know. Nobody knew where that movie was going when it went there. You're like, what the... Huh? You're like, I thought this was Lord of the Flies. That was a good... Alright, so I was looking up UB40 songs, and it struck me that, none of the rest of the show is going to be about UB40. What it struck me was, I was looking up another song, and I found a pattern. And it's a weird pattern. And I'm going to start with the most recent of the patterns. And then I'll see if you can... I'm going to give you the song. I'm going to read the lyrics of the song, and we can guess the song, and then I'll give you cards. We'll do the pot cards, and we'll get to the book, and then we'll hang out. I honestly, I had no idea about this. I saw the pattern. I found the pattern. It was great. So, I'm going to give you... Here we go. So I'm just going to read the lyrics of the first song, and then see if you can figure out the pattern after the second song. Alright, and then we'll do the cards here, alright? So we're going to break the radio a little bit. We're not, I don't mean like, usually break the radio is like you give me a song and I'll try and remember if like I know how the song goes. Alright, so I lied. So it's going to be me doing the top 3 of this pattern songs, and then we'll do this, we'll get cards, and then we'll do the book, and that'll be a good Monday. No politics and no Kobe Bryant anymore. That dude got a shout out and a half. Everybody else is like, can you shout my name out? I gotta say Kobe Bryant. What an asshole. Pack up. I'm straight. Enough. Oh, say. I'm only gonna say that. That's it. That's pack up. I'm straight. Enough. Oh. Say, oh, say. I didn't know that there were 6 ways of, like, she does this. Alright, so we're gonna figure out the pattern here. You're gonna see if you can figure out the pattern of the songs and the artists of the song. It's more of the artist, not the song. Alright, so, wait. They don't love you like I love you. Wait. They don't love you like I love you. Maps, wait. They don't love you like I love you. Right. So, Streety? Is Streety here? I start singing songs and street lights here. Good Christ. I'm sorry, Streety. I usually... Good morning. Pennypack, what is that? Are all the big dogs here? They're all... I'm pulling a show out of my ass, and the big dogs all start wanting to show up. Good morning, the Pennypack. Good morning, the street light. Madoff, don't stray. Well, my kind's your kind. I'll stay the same. Pack up. Don't stray. Oh, say. Penny, say. Penny, wait. They don't love you like I love you. Wait. They don't love you like I love you. Maps, wait. They don't love you like I love you. She does that a lot for the rest of the song. Who is this? Who is the artist that sings this song that I'm singing? And then we'll get to the pattern here, and we'll get to the... Alright? Maps, wait. They don't love you like I love you. Adele? Pennypack? No. But, no. Wait. They don't love you like I love you. How's the meth this morning? It's really good, Craig. It's really good. It's like super yellow with a little clear in it. Wait. This is in the 90s. No, 2000s. And it's a lady. It's a lady. And it's just like her with the microphone mostly. And it's just kind of like her face for most of the song. Carly Simon, no. No. Pack up. I'm going to start over. I'm straight. Enough. It's like early 2000s, the beginning of like the new rock, you know, because you'd have Chet. And you would have, yeah, it's Nerd Nature. Thank you very much, Nerd. I'll get you a card here. It's, I love that group, the yes. And they were like the new rock at the time, right? But the chick, can I say chick? I'm going to say chick and sound like an asshole. Alright, for the rest of the day, I'm not going to care about, like, I probably should, I don't know. So this chick, she's like really dope looking, like, she's more than just that song, right? the radio overplayed it, and then you couldn't really pay attention to most of the other songs because you're like, don't. They all kind of. It's her, right? And then they're like, oh, but did you hear Maps yet? And you're like, oh man, yeah, I heard Maps. It's the yeah, yeah, yeah. It's absolutely GC. It's the yeah, yeah, yeahs. Let me give you another song from the yeah, yeah, yeahs. Let's hold on. Zero. Shake it like a ladder to the sun. Makes me feel like a madman on the run. Find me never, never far gone. So get your leather, leather, leather on. Remember when rock decided to become, like rock music decided they wanted to like take the reins back from like Linkin Park. They wanted to take the reins back from Christina Aguilera. And so they decided to bring back like the low-key 80s, early 90s rock styles, right? So here's the next song. And let's see if you can figure out the pattern here. The next song. Here we go. Here. Because it's really like. It's going to be. If you look them up, you're going to be like, what the hell? Oh, why you look so sad? Tears are in your eyes. Come on and come to me now. Don't be ashamed to cry. Let me see it through. I'm breaking the radio here. Puddle of Mud, I hate you, 5280. Because I've seen the dark side too. 50 SSW says the early 2000s are a haze to me. 2001 was a big old haze to me. I don't have, I don't know, it's not Alana, Herbie. I don't have very much recollection of being 21. That whole year was absolutely insane. Alright, Christina, how did you get it? How did you get the Pretenders? How did you... Let me see it through. How did you get Christina? How did you... Okay, so we got Nerd, and we got Christina. Alright, how did you get... How the hell did that happen? I didn't even sing it correctly. What did you... You just know the song? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Christine? Because I've seen the dark side too. When the night falls on you, you don't know what to do. Nothing you confess could make me love you less. I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you. Won't let nobody hurt you. I'll stand by you. Right? So like the whole song of that, the sound of that, you got, oh man, I'll stay, I'll stand by you. Oh boy, part 2 of the pattern. Number 3, now we're going into the 80s. And let's see if we can figure out the pattern here of who the singer is going to be after I read the song. Or maybe you can just kind of like... Here we go. So we've got... It's not Pat Benatar. Almost, Christine. Almost. I thought about Pat Benatar. Almost. This one fits a little bit better. Almost, Christine. You don't get 2 cards. Anyways. Alright. Here we go. It's not Joan Jett, Christine. It's almost. Okay. I feel so bad, I got a worried mind. It's not Stevie Nicks, Penny. You gotta follow the pattern. There's a pattern. We'll talk about the pattern. I'm so lonesome all the time since I left my baby behind on Blue Bayou. Oh, wow. Alright, I just gave it away. Saving nickels, saving dimes. Working till the sun don't shine. Looking forward to happier times. Thank you, Penny. On Blue Bayou. I'm going back someday, come what may, to Blue Bayou. It doesn't quite fit though, right? You got, I'll say, I'll say, and then you got with the pretend, I'll stand by you, and then it's like, I'm coming back someday, come what may, to Blue Bayou. Like, don't they fit though? Like, if you look up the lady from, yeah, she's got a name, I know she does, and I'll figure it out. It's like Stevie's, I don't remember. But you got the lady from The Pretenders, and you got the lady from Yeah, and then you got Linda Ronstadt. You put them like, boop, boop, boop. They all look the same. They look the same, and they sound kind of the same a little bit. I was going to put Pat Benatar, but her hair is too short. It's too short. She's got the pixie. Christy and the lady from Yeah and Linda Ronstadt, they all have like at least shoulder length hair. Shoulder length brunette hair with like, and they've got like that belt that goes over the middle that kind of hangs at like, it's not in the belt loops. Like if you have shoulder length hair and you don't wear a belt in your belt loops, you know at least one Linda Ronstadt song. I know that. That's the pattern I found. I found that pattern today. I was like, what the hell? That's not supposed to happen. I don't know how I found that pattern. Joan Jett fits in there too. Oh. Do. Crimson and Clover. There we go. We'll do that one. Oh. Don't hardly know ya. It's actually Tommy James and the Shondells. That's who did Crimson and Clover. I didn't know that. JC says good looking rocker chicks. Right? Rocker chick. It's like a total like style. But it started off with Linda Ronstadt, right? Blue Bayou. You're like, what the hell? Where did that come from? Linda Ronstadt. I didn't know. Oh. I don't hardly know her, do, but I think I could love her, do. Crimson and Clover, oh, do. When she comes walking over, I've been waiting to show her, do. We're just talking about rocker chicks right now, Cole. We're just talking about rocker chicks. I found a pattern. I wanted to get some. So now we're going to get to the cards. We've got cards. We're going to get Christine, Nerd Nature, and Penny. We'll draw a card here for you three. And we'll get to seeing what your days are like. And we'll see if they can apply to the rest of us. If Herbie's van shows up, Herbie's promised to come pick you up today for wherever you're gonna be. So Herbie, I would get a hold of your travel agent real quick. I don't know, you got some traveling to do. So if Herbie's van shows up for either Nerd Nature or Penny Pack or Christine, sorry Herbie, you signed up for this when you said you wanted to be the blue anchor, blue wrench. Alright, so good morning to Jackie Cat. Nerd Nature, hey B, is this reading legally binding? Look, Nerd, if we're bringing the law into this situation, we should probably fix some things real quick. You know what I'm saying? Alright, if we're bringing contracts into this situation, I should probably really understand what the English language actually means, word by word. I'm just telling you, politics has taught me that contracts are, come on now. Good morning, Kevo! Good morning. God, all my friends are here! I don't usually talk to my friends because I'm usually too busy yelling at them or reading at them. or singing at them. Good morning to everybody. Nerd says, meaning, can I sign in blood if I need to? No, we're not doing bodily fluids, nerd. You weirdo. Don't be weird. You can't do no bodily fluids. No, if I can't have those bats in the bat cave, you sign in blood. No wonder people think I do drugs. I'm kidding. Alright, nerd. No, this card is not legally. It's a pot card. It can't be legally binding. Alright, here we go. Nerd. And then Christine. And then Penny Pack. We're getting cards here. We're just reading cards, having fun. We'll get into the book. And then, we'll have a little fun. It's been a lot of fun hanging out with you guys so far this morning. Oh, now I got Crimson and Clover stuck in my head. Do 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 do. I don't hardly know ya. Nerd, we're gonna get you 3 cards, and I'm gonna get Christine 3 cards. I'm gonna get Penny 3 cards. All right. So 1, 2, 3. That's Nerd right there. Okay. The spiel is this is a then, now, and later. Then, now, and later, nerd. So we'll go through it real quick. We'll get you 3 cards, and then this will be your reading. If it's legally binding at all, the contract is null and void once we hug it out. Okay, Lord Divine, she didn't have to say the word hug. I said it first. So, all right, here we go. Reveal the secrets, nerd. Queen of Buds. Why can't we bud friends? Why can't we? This is where you were. This is what led you up to today. You wanted to come hang out with your friends. You got friends. You wanted to see them. You're a good friend. Why can't we, bud friends? Queen of Buds. With this deck of cards, with this deck of tarot cards, we don't really care too much about Queen of Buds versus Ace of Buds. Although we can kind of confer a little bit with maybe what it might mean. But mostly we're just going with the picture of it. So Queen of Buds. Who doesn't like... It's kind of like, I love everyone. And if there's anybody in this world that doesn't fit, or that does fit the procedural of loving everyone, it would have to be Nerd Nature. Like, if I know of any Queen of Bud personally, it'd be Nerd Nature. That dude has got... I'm not going to talk about that goddamn smile. That goddamn smile. Ooh, this smile. No, I'm kidding, nerd. He's got one of the best personalities in the world. This dude is taking it upon himself to create his own little community of Myco weirdos out in Denver. To almost challenge us, I feel like. I feel like we're going to have a little bit of a coastal... I feel like Indiana, somewhere around the western border of Indiana... we're going to have a little skirmish between the East Coast Mush Fam and the West Coast Mush Fam. East Coast Mush Fam, captained obviously by Street Glide, and the West Coast Mush Fam is captained obviously by Nerd Nature, and then around the west border of Indiana and with Indiana and Iowa, that'll be where the skirmish happens. So... leading up to today, Nerd Nature, here we go. Leading up to today, where are you today? The Hierophant. The Hierophant. See, the word Hierophant means something specifically that I've never actually... Let's look up what Hierophant means. The Hierophant stands for tradition and convention. It can represent marriage in an arranged setup. Sometimes... there are particular ways of doing things. And maybe you found a particular way of doing things. And there are correct ways of doing things. And if I know a man that really enjoys the particular ways of doing things, it's Nerd. I have particular ways of doing things. And you have to know the particular ways of doing things in order to break away from doing things. If I know a man that knows how to break away from the particular way of doing things, it would be Nerd Nature. If you've eaten his marshmallows, you know that he has another particular way of doing things. Leading to what's coming up next. So we've got fellowship, brotherhood, we've got I see all of you, you're all in my heart. You'll be in my heart. Ooh, that's a good one. What is that? That's Phil Collins, Tarzan. You'll be in my heart. There we go. Oh, I love it. Yeah. From this day on now and forevermore. That's a good one. You'll be in my heart. All right. That's going to be in your head now. Leading to Nerd, we got Christine and Pennypack coming up with 3 more cards too. Nerd, Queen of Pikes. You're hanging out with the ladies today, are you, Nerd? Hanging out with the ladies? Hanging out with, or you got friends? You hanging out? Where are you going? You'll be in my heart. You got stuff to do. You got particular ways of crumbling up stuff. You got a particular way of doing things, which means you got to crumble, right? Some people crumble. Some people cut. Some people cut their buds. Some people crumble their buds. Some people roll up their buds. So that's what Nerdy's doing. Nerdy's got friends coming over. He's gonna have fun. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we? And he's gonna take care of them. He's gonna teach them. Are you teaching a class? Are you teaching? Do you have a class coming up? So those are your 3 cards. I think, Nerd, you got people you got to teach some stuff to. That's what I think. I think, Nerd, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. So you got a friend. I think you're going to be teaching stuff. That's what I think. Your 3 cards are you're teaching something to someone this week. So keep an eye on that. I don't know what I'm teaching anybody other than 1 + 1 = 3. That's all I can teach anybody personally. All right, Christine. Here's your 3. Here we go. Did I just flip you? I didn't flip you off. I promise you, Christine. 1, 2, 3. All right, Christine. Here's yours. And I know you don't get Queen of Buds. That's Nerd Nature's card. All right. So, Christine, don't yell at me about that. I wanted Queen of Buds. No, you didn't. If you wanted, you would have gotten it in your cards, but you didn't want it, did you? All right, here we go. Christine, I do it then, now, and later reading. So we're going to see, where you were. We're going to see where you are, and then we're going to see what's going on. Okay? So that's how I go with what I'm doing. Pot cards given to us by CCS, blah, 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 blah. Here we go, Christine. First card, the world. She's got the whole world in her hands. She's got the whole world in her hands. It's upside down, but it's upside right up. It's like it's like a Wheel of Fortune when it's just kind of the same. She's got the whole, but there's a lot of stress going on. In her hands, she's trying not to let the world slip out of her hands a little bit. Because remember, it kind of wants to drop out, and you don't hold with your wrists, you hold with your fingers, right? Anyhow, she's got the whole world. It's a lot of stress, it seems like, Christine. That's what that says. Upside down world, that says you got a little bit of stress going on. I get it. Who doesn't have the world on their head? Who doesn't feel the weight of the world on their shoulders sometimes, right? Who doesn't feel just a little how am I going to hold on to that? Kind of a thing, Christine. Well, here we are on a Monday trying to figure it out. Or, just having a little fun and not worrying about it, at least. All right? Which leads us to today. We've got an upside down 8 of buds. I think that's an 8 of buds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that 8? It's an 8 of buds. Upside down 8 of buds. You know what? Let's not worry about let's put it this way. Let's go like that. You got to harvest. You've been growing things, Christine, and now it's time to harvest. Okay? I think that's how we're going to deal with these cards, since we're not worrying about, 8 of buds. What is 8 of buds? We're worrying about the picture of the thing. So, you got work to do. You got particular details you need to pay attention to. And I don't even think you're harvesting yet. I think you're on day 20 schwas. That's what I think, Christine. I think you see all your beautiful little colas, and they're all forming up, right? And the world, you got people waiting on you. You got people waiting for those beautiful buds that still aren't ready, that you're still working on, that you're still putting work into. You're still doing a little bit of like super growth system. Super system. What is that? I don't remember what the system is called. In Colorado, there's like a super where you schwas and like you basically rip all the leaves off the plant. And you let all that you give energy to is like the colas themselves, and so it's like a super system. And so you take it out. You take all the leaves off like first week, and then you let them all grow back, and then you take them all off the third week, and then you let the rest of it grow, and then you harvest your stuff in like 2 months versus 3 months outside. So I get it. You're working your ass off, Christine. Who doesn't work their ass off a little bit, right? And this is like the unsung hero of all the things you're doing, right? May the Schwartz be with you. By the way, Bill D, I heard last week there will be a Spaceballs 2 in production. What? Spaceballs 2. Alright. Leading to, come on, Christine. Why'd you get the tower? What are you breaking your bong for, Christine? It's upside down, which means maybe hold on. Okay? Hold on. Just go back to, just get to work. You don't have to worry about Christine. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, we got Spaceballs 2 coming up, right? Joel, Google it up. Joel Ladd, I think his name. He's gonna read with full, like, Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks is on board with Spaceballs 2, so it's gonna be glow. It's gonna be great. I love Uranus too, Derek Anderson. Christine, you got the upside down tower, and what I'm gonna tell you is that it usually means that something's gonna go wrong, or that like some kind of an ideal is gonna fall apart or fall to the wayside, and you can look at it as a bad thing, and you can look at it as like thank God, right? Because I think an upside down tower, even though we're not worrying about like the placement and the whatnots I think this is kind of one of those like, fucking finally, you know? That's what I'm sensing. I think you're gonna have a little bit of a stress reliever coming up this week, Christine. That's just me. I think you're right, Penny. Alright, here we go. Penny, here's your cards. Well, we've got Christine falling off her tower. We've got Nerd Nature helping. He's gonna go help Christine. That's what it is. He's gonna help Christine. He's gonna be right there. He's gonna be like, "Hey, Christine, come on up here, man." He's gonna like, "Hey, Christine, a marshmallow," and be like, "Hey, you got this." What's Penny gonna do? Let's see. Here we go, Penny. 1, 2, 3. Thank you all for hanging out and playing with me, and we'll get to the book here in a minute. Thanks for. Like, if I'm not reading your cards and you want your cards read, hang out next week and we'll see if you can get your cards read too. And so on and so on. If you're wondering, Pot Tarot. Look that up, Google it, however you want. Penny, then, now, and later reading. Let's see where you were, and where you are, and where you're going to be. Yeah? Alright, let's see where was Penny. Here we go. Penny, Ace of Bombs. Penny's hanging out in the smoke circle. That's where Penny is. Penny's hanging out in the smoke circle, making sure no other bongs are getting knocked over. Alright, she's got the bong in her hand. That's what Penny's saying. She's out there. She's like, quit knocking the bong over, okay? Quit knocking the bong. I'm gonna make sure that, like, however Nerdy preps the stuff, I'm not gonna let Christine knock the stuff over because she's all anxious and not really paying attention. Like, Penny's there to help you. Like, she's just not really in the way. She's just, when like something like that hand just like slowly, like casually holds the bottom of the thing that you're working on. You're like, because you were holding it up here, right? Ah, it's all shaky. But then like there's that hand down there that like it stabilizes something for you. Like, oh, all right. Sometimes you're like, oh, you see the hand, you're like, oh, okay, cool. Now you can, whoo. Yeah, all right. So that's Penny. Penny's down there she's a stabilizing force, I'll tell you that. Ace of Bonds. Alright, leading to now. 7 of joints. Now that we're all stabilized, now we can let Nerd actually get to work. Now, Christine can help supply the world that she's been like they're all waiting for her. Like now that we can, now we're all putting it. Now Penny's just like making sure it all gets done, making sure it all gets rolled up, stashed away. Cause we're not smoking it yet. We're just making sure it all just 7. Smoke 2 joints in the morning. Smoke 2 joints at night. Smoke 2 joints in the afternoon. Make me feel alright. I smoke 2 joints in time of peace, 2 in time of war. Smoke 2 joints and I smoke 2 joints. Then I smoke 2 more. Actually, let's see. Daddy, she once told me, son, you be a hard-working man. And Mama, she once told me, son, you do the best you can. Here we go. But then one day, I met a man who came to me and said, yeah, hard work good, hard work fine, but first take care of head. All of this leading up, Penny, you're the devil. She's making sure that Nerd Nature is rolling them joints up, that Christine is getting a little tokey. We're all just kind of hanging out, getting a little bit we're getting it taken care of. That's actually, wow, the devil. You smoking the rags? Uh-oh. Let's look up what the devil actually means. Because, like, the devil. Devil Tarot. Devil Tarot. I don't want to, hold on. It represents being seduced by the material world and physical pleasures. Oh, are we being seduced? This actually leads me to a good thing. Penny, look at those jars. It's my penny jar. I got at least 3 penny jars full of cuss word money, all because of Penny making sure that I pay $1 for every fuck that I say. Okay? For every penis that I yell out, it's 10 cents. Okay? It used to be 7.5 cents. Bad jokes, folks. Bad jokes. Why haven't you smoked it all today? Like we got smoking joints. Are we gonna do actually smoking? I'll be honest with you, folks. I haven't smoked in like Wednesday. I think Wednesday was the last time I smoked. Dab. Weed. Might have been I think it was Thursday. And I want to call it like a tolerance break. But it's not really a tolerance break, necessarily. Most of it, it kind of started off with like, I just didn't have it. Also in the heat wave, it's just like, man, I don't want to walk down to go get it, you know? And then it came down to like, I've always wanted to not smoke anymore. I'll be honest with you. I've always wanted to. like get it back to like party time, because for a while there it was maintenance. You know, I've been smoking dabbing out pretty consistently for the past year or so. Now that I found a place close that I could walk to and I can go get it, and it's cheap as hell now. It's like $10, $12 for a gram. Like, what the hell? That's cheap. I'm the guy, like, I grew up, what am I? I'm in my 40s, something like that, and like I remember when pot was like an eighth was $60 to $80. Like, no matter how good it was, you know. MVP says he doesn't work today. It's hard not to, right? It's hard not to. No, there's great deals. There's good deals everywhere, especially on Detroit Match Like that. Yay. But I don't know. I think I'm just enjoying the idea of not smoking anymore. Like, the other idea, and I'll be honest with you about the show here, is I almost felt like compelled to smoke a little bit with you guys. And it's not on anything that you do, it's me. It's my pattern that I set up, right? It's my particular way of doing things, you know? And so when people start thinking like, oh, you're gonna smoke, I'm like, maybe that's what I do, you know? And it's like, you know what, maybe I don't want to be that guy necessarily. That guy. Like, there's nothing wrong with smoking. Obviously. Well, I kind of wanted to change it up a little bit. Nerdy, that's all. So, it's also easier than, like, whether or not I have to worry about, people stealing from me or whatever, like porch pirates or whatnot, about going and get... Who cares? If it's easier to not care, then don't. Where were we? We did spin notes. I'm kidding. Don't take that out of my mouth. If it's easier to not care, then don't. Don't do that. If you have to care. Right? You know what I mean. I'm just being schmucky. There are two kinds of truths: truths of reasoning, truths of fact. We got that. We got Leibniz, right? We got Leibniz. All right, here we go. To be is to be perceived. That's where we are. To be is to be perceived. It's a big section. We're going to try and make it all the way through. So I'm going to read this. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. And whatnot. So if you're wondering, like, why isn't he, like, taking a dibble-dabble-dooble, I just don't want to anymore. Not for a while. Maybe I'll get back to it. But, the heat wave and everything just kind of, like, gave me a reason to not to anymore. That's all. So, love you guys. Here we go. To be is to be perceived. George Berkeley. Berkeley. I think it's actually pronounced Barkley. I think this is a Scottish guy. You didn't know Berkeley was I think it's actually Barkley. Alright. Here we go. I'm going to be reading, talk amongst yourselves. 1 + 1 = 3. Here we go. The book is the philosophy book, Big Ideas Simply Explained. The philosophy book, Big Ideas Simply Explained. And you know who you are. Thank you. Like John Locke before him, George Berkeley was an empiricist. I gotta turn the lights all the way up. Remember, empiricism means we learn by doing instead of thinking. Okay, so Berkeley is we do. To be is to be perceived. Like John Locke before him, George Berkeley was an empiricist, meaning that he saw experience as the primary source of knowledge. This view, which can be traced back to Aristotle, stands in contrast to the rationalist view, that in principle all knowledge can be gained through rational reflection alone, thinking, 1 plus 1. Berkeley shared the same assumptions as Locke, but reached very different conclusions. According to Berkeley, Locke's empiricism was moderate. It still allowed for the existence of a world independent of the senses. It's like you could still kind of sit there and you could surmise the world by just the room you're in. It's kind of what Berkeley was saying. And that's kind of lame. And it followed Rene Descartes in seeing humans as being made up of two distinct substances, namely mind and body. So Berkeley is working with, you gotta go do things, and we are mind and body. So there's two different systems we're working with. Or at least that was Locke. Berkeley's empiricism, on the other hand, was far more extreme, and led him to a position known as immaterialist idealism. This means that he was a monist, believing that there is only one kind of substance in the universe. Okay, so atoms, like monads, remember? Someone said, we're all made of monads. Basically like atoms. And an idealist, believing that this single substance in mind or thought rather than matter. What the hell? Oh, okay. So, wow, we can think things into existence is how Berkeley is saying it. Okay, so let me restate this so we're all lost together. Okay, Berkeley's empiricism, on the other hand, was far more extreme, and led him to a position known as immaterialist idealism. This means that he was a monist, believing that there is only one kind of substance in the universe, and an idealist, believing that this single substance is mind or thought rather than matter. You know what Berkeley thinks we are? We're just the brains in the jar in Futurama. Berkeley's position is often summarized by the Latin phrase esse est percipi. To be is to be perceived. But it is perhaps better represented by este est aut percepere aut percepi. To be is to perceive or to be perceived. Okay. For, according to Berkeley, the world consists only of perceiving minds and their ideas. This is not to say that he denies the existence of the external world, or claims that it is in any way different from what we perceive. His claim is rather that all knowledge must come from experience, and that all we ever have access to are our perceptions. And since these perceptions are simply ideas or mental representations, we have no grounds for believing that anything exists other than ideas and the perceivers of ideas. Causation and volition. Berkeley's target was Descartes' view of the world as elaborated by Locke and the scientist Robert Boyle. In this view, the physical world is made up of a vast number of physical particles, or corpuscles, monads, whose nature and interactions give rise to the world as we understand it. More controversially, for Berkeley, this view also maintains that the world causes the perceptual ideas we have of it by the way it interacts with our senses. So we've got the world, an outside thing, and us interacting. Berkeley has two main objections to this view. First, he argues that our understanding of causality, the fact that certain events cause other events, causality, like 1, 2, 3, you have to have a 1 before you can have a 2, and so the 1 begets a 2, which then begets a 3. That's causality. Is based entirely on our experience of our own volitions, the way that we cause events to happen, through the action of our wills. We create our own worlds. His point is not simply that it is wrong for us to project our own experience of volitional action onto the world, the way that we see things, which we do when we say the world causes us to have ideas about the world. Boy, oh boy, we are all the primordial sparks of our own universe, is what Berkeley's saying. His point is that there is, in fact, no such thing as a physical cause. Because there is no such thing as a physical world beyond the world of ideas that could possibly be the cause of our ideas. We are the world. We are the children. The only type of cause that there is in the world, according to Berkeley, is precisely the volitional kind of cause that is the exercise of the world. We can change the world if we want to, according to Berkeley. Berkeley's second objection is that because ideas are mental entities, they cannot represent physical entities because the two types of thing have completely different properties. Again, if you're lost, you don't have a degree in this and neither do I. We're just reading a book, and if it clicks, it clicks. If it doesn't click, a painting or a photograph can resemble a physical object because it is itself a physical thing. Okay. But to think of an idea as resembling a physical object is to mistake it for a physical thing itself. Respect, I guess. And it's not an actual physical thing. Ideas, then, can only represent other ideas. Okay. So respect doesn't actually exist. This book exists. Okay. And as our only experience of the world comes through our ideas, any claim that we can even understand the notion of physical things is mistaken. What we are really understanding are mental things. The world is constructed purely of thought, and whatever it is not itself perceiving exists only as one, and whatever it the world is constructed purely of thought, and whatever is not itself perceiving exists only as one of our perceptions. Okay, so again, if a tree falls over in the woods and no one's there to see it, does it make a sound? That's Berkeley's. Oh man, okay. If a tree falls in the forest and no one's there to see it, does it make a sound? The cause of perception. If things that are not, if things that are not perceivers only exist insofar as they are perceived, the tree in the forest, however, This seems to mean that when I leave the room, Forrest, it all ceased to exist, for they are no longer being perceived. Okay, so this brings me back to one of my favorite things in high school, and when I was really starting to learn about philosophy and such, is if you don't see the moon, does the moon exist? And I wondered about that. Like, if I look behind me and I see the moon, and the moon exists there, it should always... Why does the moon move? Even though I turned and I looked and it existed exactly right there. But then why does the moon move? I don't know. Let's figure it out. Let's see if Berkeley can figure that one out. Did the tree fall over? Berkeley's response to this is that nothing is ever unperceived. For when I am not in my room, it is still perceived by... Pull the ripcord, parachute. Here's his parachute. By God. His theory, therefore, not only depends on the existence of God, but of a particular type of God. One who is constantly involved in the world. Okay, so Berkeley's trying to make his God a little more friendly, or a little more right on your shoulder, instead of in a book. For Berkeley, God's involvement in the world runs deeper than this. As we have seen, he claims that there are no physical causes, but only volitions, or acts of will. And it follows that only an act of will can produce the ideas that we have about the world. Okay. However, I am not in control of my experience of this world and cannot choose what I experience. The world simply presents itself to me the way it does, whether I like it or not. Oh, crap. That's a good way of... Shit happens. Therefore, the volitions that cause my ideas about the world are not mine. They are God's. So for Berkeley, God not only creates us as perceivers, he is the cause and constant generator of all our perceptions. This raises a number of questions. The most urgent being, how is it that we sometimes perceive things incorrectly? And two, why would God want to deceive us? Berkeley tries to answer this question by claiming that our perceptions are never, in fact, in error, and that where we go wrong is in the judgments we make about what we perceive. For example, if an oar half submerged in water looks bent to me, then it really is bent. Where I go wrong is thinking that it only appears to be bent. What? If an oar, like light bends, like the water bends light and such, and so it kind of makes the oar look like it's bent in the water, right? And so Berkeley says, if an oar half submerged in water looks bent to me, then it really is bent. Where I go wrong is thinking that it only appears to be bent. However, what happens if I reach into the water and I feel the oar? It certainly feels straight. And since the oar cannot be both straight and bent at the same time, there must in fact be two oars. One that I see and one that I feel Even more problematic for Berkeley, however, is the fact that two different people seeing the same ore must in fact be seeing two different ores. For there is no single real ore out there that their perceptions converge upon. In other words, Berkeley saw he's full of shit right now a little bit, right? Isn't he? An inescapable fact of Berkeley's system, therefore, seems to be that we never perceive the same things. A person can go an entire lifetime without ever knowing or feeling or seeing. I'm coming up with this on my own. A person can can live an entire lifetime without ever seeing snow. Does that mean snow doesn't exist? We never perceive the same things. Each of us is locked in his own world, cut off from the worlds of other people, heads in a jar. The fact that God has an idea of an ore cannot help us here, for that is a third idea, and therefore a third ore. God caused my idea and your idea, but unless we share a single mind with each other and with God, there are still three different ideas. So there are three different ores. This leads us to the problem of solipsism. The possibility that the only thing I can be certain of existing, or that may in fact exist, is myself. That's solipsism. One possible solution to solipsism runs as follows. Since I can cause changes in the world, such as raising my own hand, and since I notice similar changes in the bodies of other people, I can infer that those bodies are also changed by a consciousness inside them. I have my world, you have your world. The problem for Berkeley, though, is that there is no real hand being lifted. Berkeley is saying that, like, even the Matrix is part of the Matrix. The most a person can do is be the cause of the idea of his own hand rising. Berkeley's like, we're on the fourth architect right now. And only their idea, not another person's. I, in other words, must still rely on God to supply me with my idea of another person's hand rising. So God told me about you. What? That's creepy. Far from supplying, I don't see you until God says I can. Oh. Far from supplying us with empirical certainty, therefore, experiential certainty, therefore, Berkeley leaves us depending for our knowledge of the world and of the existence of other minds upon our faith in a God that would never deceive us. One plus one sometimes equals 3, right? Philosophy. Holy monkers, what the hell? That was a whole lot. That was the Matrix. That's the Matrix trying to convince you that there is no Matrix. Or that there is a Matrix. Is that Morpheus, maybe? I don't know. What part of it? Whew. Criminy. after I read this book, we're all going to take logic together. Man, oh man. It's been a good day, folks. Is the lag kicking in? Is the lag kicking in again, MVP? Sorry about that. Hand over your lunch money. Jesus Christ says. That's funny. Ugh. How crazy, huh? Logic, rational, 1 plus 1. Logic is just math. And I hated. As soon as I found out that logic was just a math class, I was like, yeah, well, I'm not gonna do very well in this class. And I had to take the class. It was me, and I had a situationship with me. I was taking the class with her, and she was cheating off me, and so like I don't know. She passed, so I guess I passed, so she passed, so that was cool. But like, oh man, logic sucked. I hated logic. I hated it. Oh, I hated it. Hated it. So, hated it. It was a cool class, yeah. Like it was. I don't know. Ooh, I hated it. Oh, I hated it. With the upside down U's and with the symbols and such. It was just algebra for philosophers. And like, come on, guys, knock it off. Philosophical algebra is lame. So, all right. Thanks everybody for hanging out. It's been a good Monday. Thanks to the 3 people I got the read cards for. We found out that like if you have shoulder length brunette hair and you don't wear your belts inside your belt loops, you too can be Linda Ronstadt. I didn't know. To the blue bayou. Oh man. Tomorrow, you're wondering where Pops is? It's Monday. You know where Pops is. He's elsewhere. He'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back on our regular duties here. And remember, like, whatever it is that you want to, like, be defined by, figure it out for yourself. Don't let anybody define you. So, let's scroll out. Scroll out. Sorry about the lag, MVP. Don't let anybody define you. Alright. Let me take another drink here. You give me something to scroll out on and read it out, and then we'll do the whole and then so on and so on. I love you guys. Remember, check out thedetroitmushlab.net for any of your shroomical needs that you might have or anything, just go check it out. thedetroitmushlab.net. Alright. Sing us out, Penny. Penny, I can't. Penny, what am I gonna sing? What do you want me to sing? Here we go. Let's go with MVP. Monday is best. MVP, thank you, my guy. I appreciate you. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm here. I'm usually like taking a bath during the show, and so I'm listening to Pops doing the show. I'm usually in the background. I kind of pop up every once in a while over text. But anyhow, Clean Grow, love, peace, and bug grease to you. I love you, my guy. Cold Summer Bet, thank you. Deborah Pearl, thank you. Brock, happy Monday, and love you. Love you all. Jackie Cat, good morning, Jackie Cat. I think we said good morning. Happy Michael Monday, everyone. You too, Jackie Cat. Bill D, much love, much fun. Everybody, I love you, Bill D. I really do. It's good. I think Bill's like the first name I see almost every Monday. And so it's good to see you here, Bill. I love having you here. Niffer Mom, everyone have an amazing day. It's going to be a great week. It really is. The Herbie, there's a non sequitur. Are we throwing non sequiturs around? Goats. The Waz, MVP, all good. Penny Pack, you want me to sing? I don't know what to sing. Catzilla, have a great day. Brock and T Crew. Herbie Von Werby, have a great day. Brock and T Crew. MVP, it's the internet in the desert. cherry on top of that one, my friend. Jesus Christ, I heard there's a confused Doctor Who. Okay, Herbie Von Werby, Nerd Nature, SSW, I have a far out and exciting day T crew. Absolutely. The exception to the rule, double tap to like in the IG style format. Okay. Penny Pack says anything. Yesterday, love was such an easy game to play. Now, you know what? I'm gonna look up the words. I'll do that one. I'll do yesterday. Yesterday, love was such an easy game to play. Now it seems I don't know the words. I know the song, but I don't know the words. Jimmy Max, have a great day, everyone. Deborah Pearl, morning Nerd Nature from Deborah Pearl. Nerd Nature, love you much, fam. Super profundo on the early eve of your day. Love you, Nerd Nature. Derek Anderson, thank you, Brock, and everyone for an awesome Monday. Thank you, my friend. MVP, my guy. Clean Girl with the Hearts, Penny Pack. Have a great day, everyone. 5280 all day. Have a great day, you all. Jesus Christ, ha ha ha. And 69er, the exception. MVP, Cold Summer, Lord Divine. Have a fabulous day. Enormous Brock Rodamus. Thank you, my friend. Niffer Mama, hi, Laura. The Waz. Love you, Brock. Love you, fam. Michael Patterson. Shanti, crew. Shanti, Michael Patterson. MVP. With the, not the camera. Is Kim on camera again? Oh, my God. Enormous greetings, T5. Clean Grow with the Laura. SSW sings well. I'm so tired of crying, but I'm out on the road again. I'm on the road. I'm on the road again. I can't believe I'm on that road again. Okay, Jesus Christ, bye, Brock. Have a good one, mate. You too, my good friend. Free the ancient ones. Have a great day, Brock. Love you. Have a great day, everyone. Herbie Von Werby with the Howdy Enormous. Herbie Von Maria, free. Good morning, free. MVP, free. Good morning. Enormous Herbie. MVP, come camp with us. The was free. SSW, thank you, Brock. Enormous, I couldn't make it Friday. Who won the wheel spin? I'm not sure, Enormous. I'm not sure. Niffer Mama, hi, Michael Patterson. July 13th, Kim's making an honest man out of me. Lord Divine with the wads. Niffer Mama, enemy being in the Kim. Jesus Christ, the last person that we came with was Al Bundy. Don't remember much after that. I know with because the poison ivy and like, you got it stuck on the tongue. I know that episode, and with the bear, and like, it frightened everyone home. Michael Patterson, howdy, Niffer. The exception to the rule, I'm always on the darn road. I'm on that road again. I can't believe I'm on that road again. Jackie Cat, Lord Divine, everyone, love you. All right, the Waz, love you, Laura. MVP, no more sausage without buying the pig. No more sausage without buying the, okay, MVP. You can take your little redneck sayings, and I know that makes sense to some people. All right, you can take your little backwoodsy little. Come on now, no pork, no. Jimmy Max, congratulations, Mike and Kim, the Wads, good morning, Michael Patterson, Jackie Cat, MVP, it's gonna be a good day, y'all. Empty Green, good morning, Brock and crew, have a great day, everyone. Derek Anderson, Enormous Brock only travels via Helicopter, yeah, I do. Okay, MVP, Jackie Cat, good morning, free, Poopa, what in the bloody hell? I know, right? It gets even weirder. Paul, Niffer, Michael, D, Jimmy, Enormous, MB, Peppa. All right, here we go. What was the song that I was gonna do? I don't remember the song. It was. I got it. Here we go. All right, here we go. What are we doing? Are we doing Beatles? Yeah. All right. Here we go. If you want to sing along with me, let's get out of here. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. It's terrible. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, it's going to get better. If I work my way into it, then it gets better, Penny. Alright? Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, yesterday came suddenly. Why she had to go, I don't know. she wouldn't say. I said something wrong, now I long for yesterday. Yesterday, love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why she had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say. I said something wrong, now I long for yesterday. Yesterday, love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. And then there was like a chorus of like see, it says like, really? Laura, I've got my arm here, Laura, and then I've got my other arm here. Okay, Laura, if I'm like this, right? What am I about to do, Laura? What's the next Hierophant? What's the particular way of doing things? How do we do? Now what? If I've got one arm here and one arm here, now what? What's the next thing we do? What's the particular way of doing things? What is it? Oh, I believe in yesterday. You squeeze, Niffer says. You squeeze and give yourself a little squeeze, and then it's a hug. I have a hug, Laura. I have a hug. Hey, Laura, I can give you a hug now. I now have a hug. I just gave myself a hug, which means now I have a hug and I can give you a hug. I have a hug. I wanted a hug and I gave myself a hug. That's what you can do. Do you want a hug? You can give yourself a hug. You want to give a hug? Give yourself a hug. And then you can have a hug. Give a hug. Get a hug. You know what I mean? Keep that in mind, folks. It's been a good Monday. Love you guys. Seriously though, like, Barkley is insane. Like, there's no world, like, if I don't look at the moon, does the moon actually exist? I don't know. What does the moon do?